Quick and easy shelving, whether it's in your garage or in your basement. Coming right up. A quick guide on how to set up your Commander shelving unit. If you're like me, there's never enough storage, whether it's in your garage, your basement, or your pantry. I've built shelving from IKEA. I've used the 2x4 Basics shelving system. I have plenty of metal shelving in my garage. Finally, I found a plastic shelving that's fairly inexpensive and very sturdy. And best of all, it goes together very easily. Here's my finished shelf. Let's see how we got there. Along with all the shelving, we get all these pieces here that we have to cut out here. This is the foot, the adjustable foot. These two pieces go together. I'll show you how that happens. And then these guys here, these guys are the clips that you can clip the shelving units together. I'll show you how that works. More pieces that we need to cut out. This is for the very top post. Clips to anchor to the wall. And these are the legs. You could use heavy-duty scissors to cut these pieces out. I'm going to use these wire cutters. You might also use a rubber mallet to tap down the legs. Okay, let's see how this works. You guys get the idea. This makes it really easy. Okay, there's a little bit of a nub here left from breaking it apart. Maybe you can see that there. So if I had smaller clippers of some sort, I would use them just to clip it off. But I'm going to use my utility knife and just go right down. Bam, gone. Look at that. Okay, so that one's gone because this, I have an idea that they're going to make things a little tricky just sliding in, and it'll just go a whole lot smoother if I don't have them. Maybe I should do it this way. Wear a glove on at least one hand. I should have two gloves on because I'm banging the board here. Okay, it just makes things go a little bit easier, or this will make things go a little bit easier. Because these guys go up into the very bottom shelf. These are the feet. All right, so we're going to take this. Okay, you can see what I'm doing here. Taking this one piece. This sits on the floor. This sits on the floor. And this goes in just like that. And this is how you adjust the height on your bottom shelf. Okay, you can adjust these a little bit higher, a little bit lower to accommodate, in my case, the basement floor, which is not level in any way. Okay, take my other piece, put that together. All right, and we'll do that for all four of these bottom posts here. So you kind of get the idea there, okay? Okay, so I have my bottom shelf turned upside down, and ow. And let's put these feet in. I'm gonna wear gloves because some of the plastic's sticking out. It's a little sharp. So you can push it in. They go in pretty quickly, pretty easily. The same over here. Bam. Back here. Okay, and that's our bottom shelf. All the shelves are the same, so it doesn't matter which one you have on the bottom or the middle or the top. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So I set, to give myself a distance, I set this shelf in between the one that I already have up back there and the one I'm going to put here. And I'm going to go ahead and level it on each end, just to make sure it's level from front to back on each side. This is probably a little bit easier doing the leveling now than it is doing the leveling once the thing is all set up. Okay, so front to back leveling, and then just adjust the feet as necessary. Okay, so I leveled both ends, front to back, and just make sure there's no wobble in it, and we're ready to put on the legs for the second shelf. Okay, so these guys are going to go down like this. You have this little rib section here, so this goes into the bottom piece, and your next shelf sits right there. Okay, pretty simple. They don't necessarily click in, they go in more or less by friction, which I like, because if I need to take the shelving apart, all I have to do is twist and pull them out, and makes it nice and simple. Okay, now we're ready for the next shelf. All right, so these guys just sit on top, kind of get things lined up. All right, here we go. And you have a mallet, you can tap these guys in, but really not necessary. Okay, so I'm going to I'll do the same thing. I'll do the same thing for the other guys, for the other shells. Put the rib part in, just like that, all the way around, and do that for the other two shelves. Okay. When you put the top shelf on, if you line it up like that, it makes it really easy. You just kind of do it from the bottom here. Okay, so I'm not going up any higher than 4 shelves here, mainly because I have a drop ceiling down here in the basement, and if I went up one more shelf, I would not be able to really use that shelf anyway. So this is going to be my top shelf. Now I'm going to put in the little caps that I have. These caps just go right in the top. Simple as do-re-mi.
Okay, here's the finished product. Took a little bit of time getting the center section leveled out. As you can see, I had to put in some just pieces of 1x there, and some shims, because that actually is an extra. Those are the 2 top pieces, the 2 top shelves that I didn't use, and I fit them in the middle. Over here is where these clips go in, and that holds the shelves together. Notice that the floor of my basement here is so uneven that I actually had to, I could not adjust this, or the lower shelf any higher, so I just decided to step it down. I think it'll work pretty well with that. And these guys go in there. I should have another clip here. I'm going to have to contact the company. They didn't send me enough clips with the original one. Okay.
And that's it for a very simple and easy shelving system for your basement or your garage. These shelves are pretty strong all on their own, but if you want to add just a little bit more bracing to the center, check out my next video where I'll show you a very simple way to add these center braces. Thanks again for checking out Lenderman Shop. See ya.
Spend